Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A saloon that considers itself the world's largest biker bar burns to the ground. Fire crews, they battled hard a fire that broke out early this morning at the Full Throttle Saloon in Sturgis. But the structure appears to be a total loss. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Now, for many people, the Full Throttle Saloon was a landmark, a bit of Sturgis history. Between the music and the parties, people say it's a place that will be missed. But all that's left now are the memories, and for some, the permanent markings of Full Throttle.
It was a little sad, you know, it's part of the Sturgis history now, you know, it's a lot of things going on. Again, a big attraction, so it is a sad day. I'd really like to see him rebuild as far as that goes. I think a lot of people would.
The cause of that fire is still under investigation. A report of possible car prowlers led Fargo police to an 18-year-old with LSD, pot, cash, and a handgun. That call came in around 10:30 last night. While searching the area, officers noticed 3 males take off running. Officers located and detained 2 of the males about a block away. One of them, 18-year-old Colton Schock, who was uncooperative and resisted officers. Schock was arrested for a number of charges, including possession of a hallucinogen with intent to deliver and preventing arrest. He may also be charged with possession of a concealed weapon here. A new Rockford, North Dakota man is charged with murder and attempted murder in a shooting at a wedding reception early Sunday morning. David Trotsky made his first court appearance today. Trotsky, who's 51, is charged with killing Donnie Perleberg of Pingree and trying to kill his former girlfriend, Mary Seiler. She's hospitalized in Bismarck but is expected to recover. Court documents show Perleberg died at the scene after being shot in the head and neck. The shooting happened during a wedding reception at the Eagles Club in New Rockford. The sheriff there says 80 to 100 people were still at the club when Trotsky pulled a small caliber handgun shortly after 1 o'clock Sunday morning. It's been another day of stop and go out there. Just look at this. Drivers heading east into Moorhead to 8th Street hit some serious congestion today. Construction had this stretch of I-94 down to just 1 lane, and you can expect some ramp closures there as well. The work should be wrapped up in a week. Now, right now, it's totally smooth sailing on I-94, and at least these drivers, they had some sunshine earlier today to hang out in their car. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for a look at tonight. Hutch, it was pretty nice out there today.
A lot of sunshine and quiet conditions across the valley as things have really dried out. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar composite in motion, and what we see is this flow from the northwest across the region, ushering in dry and cool Canadian air. Temperatures are in the 60s for Roseau and Langdon, mid-70s for Fargo, Moorhead, and Point South. All in all, it's going to be a pleasant, albeit cool evening with temperatures falling through the 60s. By the time we talk again on Valley News Live at 10 o'clock, we'll be having a few 50s out there. So it's going to be a crisp overnight. And Stephanie, I'll have more details on that. But last night, if you bent your neck up toward the sky, you saw some of this. The northern lights out there. A lot of great photos. We'll share more with you here in a minute and have an outlook for the rest of the week.
Looking very green, but gorgeous.
Beautiful colors last night.
It was. Yep. Okay, thanks, Hutch. The tension was high in the courtroom this morning as supporters and members of the Shadeen family gathered opposite of the Rodriguez family. Alfonso Rodriguez Jr. is on death row, convicted of the brutal kidnapping, rape, and murder of UND student Drew Shadeen in 2003. Rodriguez is appealing his sentence. Now, the proceedings began almost 2 hours late as neither the court nor the defense attorneys could reach Alfonso Rodriguez at the Terre Haute, Indiana prison where he's being held. After the long delay, a video connection was finally established, and immediately there were tears from the supporters of Rodriguez. Rodriguez himself appeared to break down on video as well. The defense contends numerous outside influences came into play during the jury proceedings from years ago. The attorneys called Rebecca Vettel to the stand this morning. She's a juror from the original murder trial. They wanted to delve deeper into her background. The attorney was trying to connect Vettel's past employment at the Ann Carlson Center in Jamestown to her viewpoint during the trial. Rodriguez's defense attorney was trying to establish that because she had past experience with abused youth and 2 divorces from violent marriages, that she influenced other jurors. We'll stick with Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com for updates on this story. A West Fargo woman was forced to escape her own home after waking up to a man just standing in her bedroom. The 33-year-old woman climbed out of her window and on the roof of her townhome. Thankfully, neighbors heard her yelling and helped her down into and onto a parked car. Police say the man climbed in after climbing onto the woman's second-floor patio. Her door was unlocked. She escaped without getting hurt, but the man did get away. Now, coming up tonight at 6 o'clock on Valley News Live, we hear from the woman about this frightening experience and what could happen to the trespasser. A former Moorhead hockey player is in trouble again, this time arrested in Otter Tail County. Jacob Dittmer is being held for charges related to drinking and driving. Now, we told you about Dittmer back in June for apparently climbing into a 14-year-old girl's bedroom window. He's facing charges for allegedly having sex with the underage girl. Dittmer was the goalie for the Moorhead Spuds hockey team. Prior to these allegations, he had been drafted by the Minnesota Magicians of the North American Hockey League. A Polk County man is in jail, and authorities are still searching for another man after a high-speed chase near Erskine, Minnesota. 27-year-old Andrew Bruggeman faces several charges, including fleeing and resisting arrest. Now authorities are asking for your help finding the guy who got away. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us what happened.
Just before 2 a.m. on Labor Day, a Polk County deputy tried to stop a car for speeding on County Road 34 near Erskine. The deputy had his siren and flashing lights on. The suspect vehicle took off at speeds over 100 miles per hour. The pursuit lasted several minutes until the vehicle turned toward Lake Sarah, south of Erskine. The chase ended here on the east side of Lake Sarah after the vehicle stopped. The driver and passenger took off on foot. A deputy was able to arrest the driver, Andrew Bruggeman, following a struggle. However, the passenger, a male, is still on the loose. The woods around the area where the vehicle was stopped gave the suspect who got away quick cover. The Sheriff's Department has declined to release any further information regarding the description of the suspect or whether the pair was wanted in connection with any other crime. Today, Andrew Bruggeman was in the county jail awaiting formal charges. In Polk County, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
If you have any information about this case, contact the Polk County Sheriff's Department. The Kentucky County Clerk jailed for refusing to issue licenses to same-sex couples is out of jail. The judge who ordered Kim Davis to jail lifted the contempt order today, but says she is not to interfere with the granting of same-sex marriage licenses by deputies in her office. The judge said he's satisfied that the Rowan County Clerk's office is meeting its obligations now that same-sex couples are receiving marriage licenses. Davis has been in jail since Thursday for refusing to comply with the judge's order to issue marriage licenses. Davis said doing so would violate her beliefs. Students in Minnesota headed back to school today for the first time this academic year. What an exciting day. This includes the Moorhead School District, and this year the school has seen a big increase, 331 more students than last year. Because of those increasing numbers, the district has a bond referendum of more than $78 million to build a new school and add more space in current schools for kids.
And we've taken every space that we have in our schools and we used it for classrooms. And we need to have some space for students to be able to do active learning, to be able to have those pilots, to be able to do things differently than you can't just be sitting in a classroom all day.
If the referendum passes, a home of $150,000 will see an increased tax amount of about $10 every month. And in DGF, some of the young people and their parents are being greeted with a message, not only welcome back, but also one of opposition to a school referendum. The school board is asking voters to approve a building expansion program costing about $31.5 million this fall. District officials say it's going to be for expanding classroom space for expected continued growth in the district. But the signs, as you can see here, say vote no. They're posted in a number of locations along Highway 10 and elsewhere in the school district. A Facebook page has also been established opposing a yes vote. The vote is on November 3rd. The school district has a series of informational meetings scheduled to explain the referendum. The first one is 2 weeks from today in the high school theater. Still ahead for us tonight, it's the citrus-flavored soda with a kick. Surge is back. How you can get your hands on a bottle.
And if you looked up at the close of your holiday weekend, you may have been treated to some gorgeous northern lights. Well, details on if there's any clouds in your forecast, and we'll talk about the upcoming week right after this.